Hello and welcome to this week's AMA video. I have two exciting questions to go through with you this week. The first one was somebody wanted help with their website because they couldn't get the kind of colours to be their brand, so wanted me to help in terms of how you get the correct colours on their website. And the other one today is about kind of the email systems, Aweber, MailChimp, what's the difference, what's my recommendation, and that sort of thing. So I'm going to start with the colours. So this is my website, the Build It Brilliant website, and as you can see I've got my my branded colours all through the website. So in order to do that, what you want to do is you want to know the different numbers for your colours. So you might have heard of RGB, which is red, green, blue, and you might have heard of CMYK, and you might have heard of hex numbers, but basically you want all of those numbers. You want to know that the colours that you have in your brand, what are the numbers for those, and there's a really easy way that you can do that. So RGB is kind of the basic one. CMYK is the print number to make sure that you get that colour when you print a leaflet, and the hex number is the online colour. So whenever you're using online stuff, they usually ask you for the hex number, but whenever you're printing, they usually ask for CMYK. But basically each colour, so this particular colour has those three numbers that tell it what that colour is, as does the yellow, as does the pink, as does the green. And I'm going to do this on my website because I've got these colours, but you could do it on a document like a PDF or whatever, those sorts of things. So I'm using a Mac computer. So if you're on a Mac computer, if you go to utilities, so if you go to applications and then utilities, you have something called the digital colour meter, and that's what you want to click on. I have it open at the bottom. It'll bring up this box. And then when you hover over something, it'll give you the RGB number here. So we're going to write down what those RGB numbers are. In here you've got a few different options, but we've gone generic RGB. So our RGB number for this particular colour is 113145. Okay, and then this colour is 209-220-28. Okay, so that's RGB. And then what I do is I just go on to Google and just put RGB to hex converter, and there'll be free ones. So in here, can you see here, convert to hex? So in here I'm going to put the number that I got for my colour, which was 113145, and convert to hex. This is going to bring up the colour, and then it's going to bring up this number here. So this is my hex number 1F2D, so I can write that down. That's my hex number. And if we wanted to do the other one, I did the yellowy colour, didn't I? 209-220-28, and that brings up this colour. So this is D1, DC, 1C. Okay, so now I've got my hex numbers. You can also go on to Google and do a RGB to CMYK if you wanted to get those numbers as well, so that then when you're doing a leaflet it's the right colour. So why does this matter? So this is the back end of my website. So this is the page, the Ask Me Anything page, and I'm editing it. Yours might look different. I use WordPress, so this is the back end of WordPress, and I use a block builder called Elementor, where you might use something slightly different, but wherever you edit your site, okay. And now I want, if I'm going here, I want this icon to be that that nice dark blue colour. So what you do is when you click on it, here's the content, so here's the icon, and then if you go into style, there's primary colour. And here, right down at the bottom here, you can see the hex number. So that hex number that I've just got is what I've entered here, and that is then what makes it that particular colour. If I wanted to change the icon, the primary colour, to the blue, to that yellow, it's already up here, but if I change it to D1 DC1C, it would change the icon to that yellowy colour, and then they're up here. So then I've got my pink, I can change it to the pink, I can change it to my light blue, my green, and my dark blue. Okay, so that is how you get your colours and how you use them on your website to create your brand and make sure that it all looks how you want it to look. So the next question was around Aweber versus MailChimp, and what's my opinion. So first of all, both of them are email autoresponders. So they allow people to sign up to your list, and it keeps all of your people in one place, and then it gives you an option to send emails to them. Now they can either be automated emails, so you can set it up automatically to go out, so when people subscribe they get a certain set of emails, or you can do broadcasts, which is just like a one-off thing, such as newsletters and things like that. So they are an email autoresponder. So until recently, in 2020, the main difference between MailChimp and Aweber was that MailChimp offered a free sort of starter plan, and Aweber did a 30-day free trial. But recently, Aweber have changed their 30-day free trial into a free offer. So now those two are very similar. So in terms of what I would recommend, in whether you go with MailChimp or whether you go with Aweber, I think now it's just pure personal choice. They're really on a par in terms of what they offer right now. So it's a real personable choice. Some people prefer the way that MailChimp is laid out in terms of how you do things. They just find it easier. And some people prefer Aweber, they just prefer how it's laid out and what you do and where you go. I don't think these days, in terms of cost, certainly at the minute in 2020, the cost is comparable. It's only pence difference. The offering is comparable. They do very similar things. So really, I think it's down to personal choice of whether you like the feel of one of them or the feel of the other. They do change. One of the things I like about Aweber is, apart from their free plan, all the other plans, you get all of their features. The only difference is on the subscribers. So as you increase subscribers, that's when your plan increases. Where in MailChimp, they offer different elements at on different price bands, different features. So that's kind of one little small difference, but I think they're very much on par with each other, and I think the biggest thing is personal preference. The biggest thing is go and get the free plan for both of them and play around with them. I've got a course on each of them, so you can sign up to that if you wish, and then you can have a play with each of them and see whichever one suits you best. So thank you very much for your questions. It's always a pleasure. If you signed up to the AMA, then you can submit your questions to the inbox, and I will see you next week for the next AMA.